what a difference these have made in my life, and I have to share them with you. Okay, a little bit of a different video today. If you don't find something, a tip, hack, gadget, something that will improve your life in some way moving into the future, I will have failed my job in this video, because I have been reflecting over the course of December and January of things that I have been doing to improve my life in some way. De-stressing, feeling better, just some level of improvement. Because don't get me wrong, I love testing products. It is a super fun thing. We get to trial and error different things, but if I don't find things that are making some improvement to my life, what am I doing? So we're gonna bring it all together. And if you like these kinds of videos, you wanna try like just something a little bit different every once in a while, give this video a thumbs up so I know. And subscribe, new videos here every single Thursday. Would love to see you back. So first thing that we're gonna do, I'm gonna share a lot of things. That doesn't mean you should do all of these things at once. Pick a couple. I know this is coming from me. I have a strong too much gene. We are not going to do too much at once. That's step one. I know it's January and I know we want to just do everything all at once, but then I feel like I'm speaking to a very specific audience like myself, but then we lose steam and then we just go back to the normal course of things that feel comfortable, right? Right. This is what I like to do. So every month I kind of pick a theme. It makes it fun, but it doesn't have to be that, but just like pick a couple of things, however many that you feel like is doable, and then take it down another 20% if you have the too muchness gene, like myself. Then you can reflect on that at the end of the month and see, is that something that you want to continue? Is it something that you, like brings you joy, that has improved your life in some way? And then you can continue it, because habits take some time to build. You probably already built that habit now. So I'm gonna start with a thing that I love this so much, and I don't really do this on this channel, or really my other channel either. I love decluttering, because one thing when sort of reflecting on myself is that when my space is disorganized, where there's lots of stuff, there's things everywhere, I pick up on all of those things, and it's really stressful. And so it just kind of eats away at me. I love decluttering. So that's one thing that I have found that has made a huge improvement on my life. And so I want to share something that has helped that kind of process for me, because not everyone loves decluttering. I get it. But I want to share this one thing that has helped a lot for the bins, because I feel like we all have some form of bins, and sometimes it's just random. We don't really know what's in there, but it's related to kitchen, garage, Halloween costumes, I don't know. Sometimes it's just labeled miscellaneous, which is very helpful. So I got these and it has made the biggest difference. These are called cloud tags. So basically it's a QR code that you can scan, but there is no pay per month kind of thing. There's no app that you need to download, which is what I was kind of looking for when I was looking for something like this. Basically all you do is you have like these little stickers. They look like this. I can't show them to you because then anyone can scan them and just see what's in my bins. But there's stickers in here. You can look at the listing, you know, they look like that. Anyone can scan them with your phone. So it's great because then if Chris wants to see what's in the bin, if I want to see what's in the bin, whoever wants to see what's in the bin, they can just scan it and like anyone can access it. And then you just tag it with either the name of the bin, like what's in it. You can add pictures, videos, whatever you want to it. You can also lock it if you don't want other people to like change it, and they're absolutely fantastic. It just makes the whole thing just a lot easier. I don't have to like type out or write out like a whole bunch of like, these are all the things that are listed in it. Like it's all on here, and then it just makes the whole process just a lot easier for everyone. They say you can also use it for instructions, maintenance stuff, storage, whatever you want. And then one thing I want to share in terms of decluttering, because again, we have so much to get through, so many things, is think about your space and where you spend the most time. And think about what that space looks like right now and the areas in that space that are bugging you. If they are bugging you, they bug me. Tackle that room first and get it to looking and feeling more put together. Because I feel like for me at least, what I'll do is I'm kind of like a Roomba. I go from room to room and I just sort of start putting things in all these different spaces, and I'm doing stuff. Things are getting put to where they need to go. But then after 2 hours, I'm like, it doesn't look like I did anything. And then I just feel more stressed out. So focus on one space at a time. Get that one looking good. Because then as you go into the next room, I like to look at the other room as motivation. Because I'm like, look it, we did this room. So those are my like decluttering and organizing kind of tips and stuff. If you want more, maybe I can do a whole other video or a short or something like that, because I have a lot of them. Maybe we should declutter together. I love decluttering so much. It's so much fun. Anyway, now I want to go on to some more like mind de-stressing kind of things. Again, when I'm going through this, I'm not looking for like, this is the lip gloss that like changed my life. You know what I mean? Like, we're not doing that. Also, I'm not going to talk about drinking more water. We all know we should drink more water. We're not talking about that today, all right? But I wanted things that were gonna help my brain, either in de-stressing or just being sharper, better overall. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. So first things first, if you have a hobby or you're interested in a hobby, pick a hobby and go like 20% on it, 30% maybe on it. So for me right now, I am exploring the world of coloring. So I don't know if you saw, but like a while ago, I bought the Ohuhu Markers that are really, really popular. And I bought them to test them. And I was like, I'm not skilled enough to understand how these work. But I was loving so much coloring in the super cute coloring book. This guy right here, which I also bought to test because it was going super viral online. Like so many people were loving these. And I have been loving coloring in this so much with my kids, and they've been enjoying coloring it. Like they have gone through and started like putting things together. You can see they're like experimenting with colors and things like that, like combining things. They were experimenting with the Ohuhu Markers as well. You can see them sort of bleeding through, but it's fine. It's fine, we're testing, we're playing. And so I was enjoying it so much that I started looking up tutorials and how to use them and how to use the colorless blender and how to create gradients in terms of highlight and shadow. And it reminded me a lot of makeup, but in coloring form. This is my 30 or 40%. I don't need to go all in on it until I start enjoying it, using it. Completed this coloring book, perhaps. I have more than enough shades right here that I can experiment with and like play with and test with. So anyway, finding some sort of hobby. I think my sister is going into crocheting. So that's another thing. She's like really curious and interested in that. So that one's good for the soul. And then for the brain, I don't know if you know this, but Chris and I love the New York Times Sudoku. So they have an easy, medium, and hard, and we always challenge each other and we'll race to see who can complete it first. It's always Christopher, unless I put some sort of a barrier that doesn't allow him to finish in time. Like he can't use the auto numbers. He's so fast. Do you know like the easy, I don't know if you tried the Sudokus, but on easy, you can complete it in 2 minutes. What? Takes me at least 3.5, 4 minutes. But some sort of brain game, I guess, is the best way I can describe it. Finding ones that like suit how you enjoy doing things. So Wordle was another one. That's another one that we do. Sudoku. I love Kanoodle. We did test this for a video once. Actually, we have to talk about this. So I don't know if you remember, but this is the Kanoodle game. I will explain it in a second, but I brought it to my parents' house and my dad and my sister loved it so much they got it for Christmas, all right? And then my in-laws came over. I got Mark obsessed with it, Scott obsessed with it. It is so much fun. So again, very brief overview, but they have all of these different puzzles and you can see some of them already placed in. Then you just have to take whatever puzzle pieces are remaining and make this work so it's all on here. They also have ones that are pyramids, so they're 3D, also really fun. And it's just a good brain challenge, and I really enjoy this kind of thing. I don't like crosswords, for example. Some people love, I hate them. But this scratches an itch that I really like, and I feel like I'm doing a good thing for my brain and its health, and I love them. So Kanoodle, Sudoku, you could probably get Sudoku written out ones. I don't know, I haven't gone into that yet, but yeah, super fun. The other thing for my brain anyway, is sleep and getting the appropriate amount of sleep for what my body needs. And the one thing that has made a huge difference for me is eye masks. So there are 2 different eye masks in 2 different price points that I really personally love. There are the black ones, Eco B, I don't know, something like that. I will link everything down below so you can go and see the ones that I have. That's a 2-pack. They're fantastic, so soft, wash well, super durable, love them. The other one, which is more of a splurge, but also phenomenal, it's like a duvet on your face. It's the, where is it? I just finished washing it actually. Drowsy. Drowsy is the name. It's this mask right here. It is plush. It blocks out all of the light. You can adjust it. This doesn't catch on your hair, by the way, very important. And then you just attach it and it's unbelievable. So comfortable, a more luxurious kind of experience, but that makes a huge difference for me and my sleep. The other hack that I have is I listen to comedians that I love on repeat, because again, I know what they're gonna say, but it allows me to focus my attention and then I just fall asleep. It's awesome. The other thing for sleep, and again, talk to your doctor with any of these kinds of I don't like recommending vitamins and supplements and things like that. Every body is very, very different. So speak to someone before you go down this path. But magnesium glycinate has made a huge difference for me. It is something that is supposed to calm the system and relax your muscles. I take a liquid form of it, but there's also pills and stuff like that. And I just find it just to my body at the end of a long day, it makes a big difference for me. I take more than what the recommendation is, but only because I have spoken to a professional and that is what she recommended. So that is what I do. So talk to someone, don't go and do that. But again, big difference for me. Not magnesium citrate. There's a lot of different types of magnesium glycinate specifically. Now that's sleep taken care of. Now I want to get into the body. So if you don't know, I deal with chronic pain, and I have had chronic pain for the last 4 years or so. It has gotten steadily worse, and now it seems to be on a path of getting better, which is huge for me. Probably in the last, just to put it in perspective, the last 4 years, there have been 2 weeks where I have felt not any pain or very little pain, actual relaxation in my body. So I know it's possible. So I have been working with physio, osteo, chiro, just a bunch of different things, massage, horseback riding, stress related stuff. It's all connected, right? Again, I could do a whole video, a short something on the things that I've done, what has worked and what hasn't. One thing I want to mention is something that my mother-in-law had recommended. She actually bought this for me, and it's called Magnesium Balm. This is the brand Remedium, and it is a magnesium gel, it's like a cream basically, and you apply it to your muscles, and it's to relax your muscles, and it actually does a really great job. Now, if you are someone with severe chronic pain or nerve-related pain or fibromyalgia, other things, it's probably not going to do anything. But when I have just my muscles are just feeling a little bit sore or something, I'll just smooth this in, and it really does make a difference. Okay, now I want to talk about ourselves and the things that we can do to our physical self to feel our best. This isn't makeup products, this isn't specific skincare, this is things that you can reflect on and think on. So much reflecting in this video. I don't know how many times I've said it, but it's a lot. So I want you to make it a goal of January, I guess January is over, February, to make something soft. Is it your hair? Is it your body skin? Is it your face skin? Is it, I don't know, just hands and feet? I don't know what it is, but something. Just make something feel softer and think about what is bothering you the most. So for me, it's my hair. So I made it a goal to have soft, healthy hair. I don't know why soft in particular, but when I try and fix things, I just go for soft. And for whatever reason, that is something that can pull me more into doing it than healthy. Healthy is just so open-ended. Soft, that's tangible. I can see that. So that's me for hair. So I have a couple of things that I want to share because again, that's my journey. But if it was your body skin that you wanted to get to feel its softest self, look up different tips. For example, if you come out of the shower, just pat dry and then apply a cream right on top. It's gonna lock in all of that moisture within, I think, the first 2 minutes of getting out of the shower and drying off. You wanna have slathered yourself in cream. Do some research and find some different creams that you might enjoy. I will link some of my favorites down below that I find my skin gets very soft from. Maybe it's your face. Maybe you want to do a red light therapy. Maybe you want to do a retinol. Maybe you just want to do a once weekly face mask. I don't know what it is, but something like that. Again, just trying to focus on one area at a time because that's very open-ended and sometimes that can be very overwhelming. I want to share with you sort of my thought process and what I did to get into the world of hair a little bit because it can be daunting. There's so much information out there. So for me, the first thing that I did is I wanted to understand my hair type. better. So I looked into the porosity of my hair, for example. I have low porosity hair. So I removed anything that has excessive protein in it, especially on the daily. Anything that has protein, I just immediately removed because that is not good for low porosity hair in large quantities. Number two, I was making sure that I was taking care of my scalp correctly. So using a lot of clarifying shampoos and making sure that my scalp was nice and clear and taken care of, because it gets really oily really fast. And then number three, looking up the types of oils that do well for the ends of my hair, which are breaking and snapping. And what does that mean? What does that look like? I've been taking biotin. That has been helpful for me. I know it's not helpful for everyone, but it can be really helpful if your hair is brittle and snapping. At least that's what my dermatologist told me. Honestly, the biggest thing that I have been doing, I'm going to show you. This has made the biggest improvement for me for January. I am only sharing the biggest tips. At bedtime, I will twist my hair up. This has made the biggest difference. It's actually twisting and getting my hair up, I guess, and then putting some sort of a silk cap on top. So I have one, this one, I don't know if this one is from Etsy or not. I know I bought one from Etsy for my daughter, and I don't remember if it was this one or not. I have two. One of them I think is Amazon and one of them is an Etsy shop. So I will link them, but both have been really, really good. And I'll just put this on top, and it makes a difference in how greasy my hair gets. It makes a difference in how shiny my hair is the next day. It is insane that like this has been such a huge game changer for me. And I know people have been talking about it for years, and this is not something that is new. This is something that is just, I kind of re-brought it in, and I've seen such dramatic changes. Now I want to share some things that I've made each day a better experience. That's the best way I can describe these things. And they're so little, they're so, I don't know, simple, but I need to share them. The first one, honestly, this has to be the biggest improvement. This will change the course of my day if I don't do this, but it's something a lot of people talk about. It is giving yourself a 30-minute head start. Could be 10 minutes, could be an hour, whatever you feel that you can do, whether it's before work, before your kids get up, whatever it is, just you time. That has made such a dramatic difference for me. I will get up and do my skincare, put on my contacts, brush my teeth, I'll get dressed, I will go downstairs, I will start on the coffee, I'll get myself some breakfast, and then I will start getting their breakfast stuff started, get their lunch stuff started, and by that point, that's when like Luke starts coming down the stairs. And I feel like I just have a better handle on how the morning is gonna go and how the day is going to go when I do that first. Is it hard? Sometimes, yeah. Do I always do it? No, but I notice a big difference when I don't do it. It just feels like the whole morning until they go to school is just chaos, and then I don't eat breakfast until they're gone, and it's different. It's a different vibe. Start small, work your way up. That's the best advice I can give. Next up, this is again one of those like weird things. Maybe it's just a me thing. This could be just a me thing. White sticky notes. Okay, stay with me. I have books filled with just brain dumps of things like tasks I need to do, things I need, like reminders, whatever, is just like written out, like just like things I need to get out of my brain because I will forget. And that's great, except that those books, they close and they get put away. And then I forget until I open it up and I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't done that yet. They can be great though. I love having a good, like a mental to-do list and have it written down. Oh, that makes such a difference. However, what I have learned is that sometimes that just isn't gonna gut it. And so I have white sticky notes because the colors, it's too much. I can't handle it. And I will just start writing down things that I need to get done that particular day. And I will stick it to my monitor because it is right there in front of me. And so if I sit down and I start doing some other task, I see that and I'm like, oh right, I'm not supposed to do that right now. And then I get up and like I do something else. So that has been a very helpful. It's just having those reminders like right there in front of you, you know? Chris will use them for when we have company over and he has to write out a to-do list of like the different meal prep things that need to go on in the kitchen and what he needs to do. He'll have that written out for himself. Sticky notes though. I know it's not a game-changing experience. Everyone knows about sticky notes, but I have a huge stack of them. I actually got them for Christmas in my stocking last year because I love them. And yeah, just seeing that and being able to cross them off as I go. Oh, nothing better, I'm telling you. Okay, and these ones are for the nannies, for the moms, for the grandparents, whoever is taking care of the tiny humans, because sometimes it is a stressful experience, and sometimes you have seasons that are stressful, not just days, seasons. And so I have 3 things that I have implemented in January. Oh my goodness, what a difference. What a difference these have made in my life, and I have to share them with you. Okay, so number 1, visual timer. Okay, this is so good for so many things. Number 1, my son uses it to time himself in terms of how much time he gets for screen time. So I allow it in small blocks, and so he can do a little bit at a time. That way he's in charge of it. I know that he's going to set it to the appropriate amount of time that I have given him. And then when that timer goes off, he's done. I don't have to set it on my phone. He's not going to be bothering me all the time. Like, can you set the timer? Can you do this? What, has it gone off? None of that. He says he has it right in front of him. It's right there. The other way I use it is some of my children will lollygag in the morning a little bit. And so giving that person this visual timer and be like, this is the amount of time when this goes off, you need to be downstairs with all of you like ready to go for breakfast. That gives them sort of like, it's a challenge, it's a mission. They have the timer in front of them. They can see how much time is left. You know, it makes it a little bit easier. And then the third way for all of my moms, any caretakers of small children, if you have like the 5 and under crowd in particular, what I'll do is sometimes we spend, like me and Connor will be playing, we'll be having so much fun. Connor doesn't want it to end. I don't want it to end, but I also have to do laundry, or they will have no clothes to wear tomorrow. So we'll have our playtime. It was fun. And then I tell him, here's my timer. I am setting it. When this timer goes off, we'll play again, but I need to have this time. And that also allows him, he knows when it goes off that we'll have some more mommy Connor time. And he will also be able to feel more independent. Like he's not just like, I don't know time. I barely can write my name. Because it can feel when you're that small, like you have no control over when that time is. Is it in 2 minutes? Is it in 4 hours? He has no idea. So he can see on the thing how much time is left. And then he will occupy himself. He will find a book to look at. He will play with his blocks. He will play with his Duplo people. And he knows when that goes off, we'll have playtime again. And it's so, it's de-stressing for me. It's de-stressing for him. It makes such a big difference to teach them the power of just, again, it doesn't have to, like, start small, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Like when you have that 15 minutes of just, doesn't need to be laundry. You can just have a moment, a break for a minute to do something for you. That also works. Sometimes we need that. And that is such a great visual cue for them. The other one related to kids, again, if you have the crowd that can't read yet, especially if you have some that do read and some that don't. What I have done is over the Christmas break, I decluttered their toys. I did the biggest declutter of all of their toys. Not only that, but I also organized it. So I had the toys that I know they play with a lot, which is mostly just like the play mats, the kitchen kind of stuff. And then they have a lot of like open-end play stuff. Like they have these cool bow and arrow kind of things that have like the little foam thing at the end, just in case anyone's like, bow and arrows? Are these like lawn darts, Rachel? Luke got last year these like lightsaber things, so they love playing with those. They use them as, you know, not only just for like open-end make-believe in the basement, but they'll also use them as like torches and stuff, or like light posts and stuff in their little village that they've made. And then everything is labeled. This is all to say that everything is labeled. But I understand that Connor can't read. So what I have done is I have put little symbols, little pictures, colors, something on each of the bins so that he can see and he can understand and feel confident and independent in knowing what each of the bins is. Now, obviously he can go in and he can look as well, but sometimes some of them are up high. He needs Julie and Luke to help him. But then it's also helpful for Julie and Luke because they can just be like, it's the bin with the yellow sun, Connor. Go and get the bin with the yellow sun. And he can just look and find the bin with the yellow sun, pull it out and be like, oh, that's the jacks and the sticks. Fantastic, I can build some stuff. And when they have a few toys out versus all the toys out, I find that they play so much better together. They play better together for longer, and it's easier for them to put everything away. Honestly, I'm so glad. It took me like 3 or 4 days to get through it because I also did like a lot of the basement too. Such a huge difference. If you can dedicate a little bit of time and do like bin rotation, toy rotation, anything like that, it makes a huge difference. And then the last one, this is a strange one, but it was something that I actually saw someone online was talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, because I already did that, and I was like, I'm so glad that I'm not the only one that does this. And it's making the food experience more fun. And I understand that not every child is going to love every fruit and vegetable, and I understand there's also some difficulties beyond just like, I don't want to, that every parent has to kind of work around. Everyone knows what's best for their child. Just pointing that out there. But the video that I saw, it was pepper boats. I don't know if you saw this, but basically you take pieces of pepper and you cut them so they look like little boats. My son Connor ate probably, I think, an entire pepper almost, because we made them into pepper boats, pepper rafts. And then we took little ones that were cut up and we sent them in lunch. There were pepper flutterboards. You can be very creative with this. I remember once I was testing a thing that like took the core out of the pepper. And so it was like just like a boat, not a boat. It was like a bin. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can like stuff it with stuff. Anyway, I remember showing Luke, he was much younger. And I was like, look at this, buddy. How cool is that? It's like a whole pepper, but like the inside is out. He ate the entire thing like an apple. Just sometimes when you make something novel or different or unique, or you add a spin to it, it makes the experience more enjoyable for everyone. But then building off of that, one thing that has worked very well, I started it with Luke, and then I have started doing this with Connor as well. And then Lo started doing this with her daughter, Gabby. And every single one, it has worked really well. So I want to share it. And basically, it's creating a voice to germs and then having them eat the food to stop the germs. I feel like I'm not explaining this correctly, but basically, let's say there's a food that they need to complete, they need to finish it in some way, but maybe it's not their favorite. But like, we need to try it. We need to eat 3 bites of it. We need to, you know, experiment, try new things. And so what I'll do is I will pretend to be germs. I don't know, like it could be anything you want it to be, but basically I'm like, yes, of course, he's not gonna eat it. No, he will never. I will get strong and I will make him sick. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Like, it's just like a voice, it's whatever. And my boys are so delighted in this and they love it so much that they'll eat it just to make the germ go, no, never. Like it just like, oh, like, can you tell I'm very dramatic as a parent? And they think it's the funniest thing. I remember Luke being, in particular, a little bit more picky than Julia for sure, and even Connor. And I remember that was such a game-changing thing for him. And now he's not really, there are like things, of course, with any person that he's not his favorite. And we, you know, do our best to kind of work around those things and not make them as often or allow different types of vegetables or fruits or whatever. But it makes such a difference for him, and it provides opportunity to test new things that maybe they would have been like, I don't know, in a fun way. And so germs, it was just an idea. It was something that we've been like doing, and it's been working really well. You gotta like commit to the bit though. If you're not committed, they're gonna smell it. So you have to commit to it, but it's really fun and it works really well for us. So let me know in the comments what thing you are going to commit to doing for February. I hope that you have found things that you're excited to try, that give you some motivation to make an impact on your life. I hope that you have found something that is really helpful for you. Leave me a comment down below. I really want to know what thing that you're going to be doing. I will link everything, of course, down below as well. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That is very helpful for me. I hope you're having a great start to the year, and I will see you guys all in the next one.